And your meet referee, Trish Martin. Thank you, officials. We've got a nearly full crowd. It's time to make some noise for our athletes in the women's 200-meter individual medley. Heat 1. Here we are, the first of 4 heats in the women's 200-meter individual medley. Lane 2 representing Philippines, Chloe Isleta. Lane 3, Mexico, Daniela Linares. 4, Guatemala, Stephanie Ayanacone. Lane 5, People's Republic of China, Hong Shu Wei. 6, Singapore, Lavenia Sim. Championship record in this event at 2:08.16. That belongs to Yui Ohashi of Japan, set at the Tokyo Canpac Championships in 2018. Hong of China, lane 5, 1:37. Gets through the first 100 with a 2.6 second advantage over Daniela Linares of Mexico in lane 3. Breaststroke leg from Ayanacone, Guatemala national record holder in the 50, 100, and 200 breaststrokes. With a 40.6, Ayanacone moves from 5th into 2nd place. With Hong Shu Wei in control all the way to the final touch. Lane 5, People's Republic of China, 2:17.95 to get things started here on day number 4. Ayanacone as 2nd, 2:20.51. Third is Leta, Philippines, 2:20.06. Heat 2.
Take your marks.
Heat 2, Lane 1, People's Republic of China, Fan Yachi. Lane 2, Argentina, Agostina Hain. 3, Japan, Mio Narita. 4, United States, Alex Walsh. 6, Japan, Shiho Matsumoto. 7, United States, Emma Wyant. Lane 8, Mexico, Ava Chavez. Walsh with 2:07.13 entry time, one of the top performers in history for Americans in this event. The American record, Ariana Kukor's 2:06.15, going back to 2009. Walsh the third fastest American and number 9 performer in history with her 2:07.13 from the 2022 World Championships. Trailing Walsh, you have Narita of Japan in lane 3, Matsumoto of Japan in lane 6. .37.2 from Walsh on the breaststroke. No one can match that speed as she pushes her advantage up over a body length on Narita, who was a 38.2 on the breaststroke. Same split from Matsumoto. Those look to be our top 3 coming in. The time to beat from Hong, a 2:17.9. Alex Walsh, great morning swim here, 2:08.57 home in a 30.9. Same split from Narita in lane 3. She touches it at 2:10.63. Third, Matsumoto, 2:11.58. Heat 3.
Take your marks.
Heat 3 of 4, lane 1, Canada, Brooklyn Dudright. 2, United States, Caroline Bricker. 3, Australia, Jenna Forrester. 4, People's Republic of China, Yu Yiting. 5, United States, Reagan Smith. 6, United States, Phoebe Bacon, and also from Team USA, lane 7, Alex Shackle. Saw great speed from Shackle last night in the 100 butterfly B-final. Winning that race, here she leads the way with the 27.4 in a very crowded American field. Already Walsh throwing down the top time at 2:08.5. Still to come the final heat, Leah Hayes and Tori Husk. On the backstroke, last night's 200 champion in the backstroke, Reagan Smith. 31.3 to take the lead at 59.1. And Yu Yiting, People's Republic of China, lane 4. She is the national record holder in this event at 2:06.82. Phoebe Bacon moving up here on the breaststroke leg in lane 6. We'll have a nice race here with 50 meters remaining as Bacon with a 38.0. The only one faster was Bricker from lane 2 with a 37.9. Just like any championship level meet, you got to show up in the morning if you want to race for a medal at night. And Team USA being tested here with Reagan Smith in 5, Phoebe Bacon in 6, chasing the standard set from Walsh at 2:08.5. Smith comes back with a vengeance on the freestyle leg, splitting a 30.0 and a 2:10.21 to outtouch Phoebe Bacon at 2:10.7. Third, Yu Yiting, 2:11.15. Heat 4.
Let me see if it takes me.
Take your marks.
Fourth and final heat, lane 1, Canada, Summer Cardwell. 2, Australia, Tara Kinder. 3, United States, Leah Hayes. 4, Canada, Summer McIntosh. 6, Australia, Ella Ramsey. 7, Japan, Rio Suzuki. 8, Chinese Taipei Olympic Committee, Applejean Gwynn. McIntosh out in a 27.0. When she set the world record, she was out in a 27.19 and then a 57.9. McIntosh here appears to have no issue with the outdoor backstroke, splitting a 32.1, 59.19. 33.0 from Leah Hayes, moving into second place. And now Hayes with that elite breaststroke will stay in contention here with Ella Ramsey of Australia in lane 6. .37.7 from Leah Hayes, but Ramsey with a 37.10 takes the lead from lane 6 for Australia. Ramsey putting in some work this morning, looking to pick up another medal for Australia. Over the final 50, McIntosh 31.04. She takes the win with a 2:09.34. Ramsey 31.5 on the final 50, 2:09.69 ahead of Hayes at 2:10.69. All right, that does it for event number 32, our first event on the day number 4 of the 2026 Pan Pacific Championships. We'll take a look on the official scoreboard presented by OneAmerica Financial, results provided by Omega. Take a look at our championship final summary, as we have that limit of 2 athletes per nation in both the A and the B final. It'll take us a moment to sift the results and make sure we get it accurate here for the initial showing. There we have it with Alex Walsh, the top qualifier, 2:08.57. She'll lead McIntosh, Ramsey, Smith, Narita, and Yu Yiting into the A final. That'll put Leah Hayes and Phoebe Bacon into the B heat. Other qualifiers for the A final will be Tara Kinder and Shiho Matsumoto. Into the B final goes Forrester, Hain, Han, Suzuki. Couple more B final qualifiers coming up. It's Cardwell and Pong, the alternates Chavez and Ayana Cone of Guatemala. All right, fans, how about a round of applause for the athletes getting things going today in the women's 200 IM. Coming up, we have the men's 200-meter individual medley, 3 heats to be contested. Please welcome the athletes in Heat 1. Heat 1.
Take your marks.
Racing in Heat 1, Lane 1, South Africa, Chris Mihalov. 2, Canada, Anton Semenyak. 3, United States, Destin Lasco. 4, United States, Carson Foster. 5, New Zealand, Lewis Clairberg. 6, Canada, Lauren Wigington. And 7 for Philippines, John Santos. Foster at 25.2 on the butterfly, 29.1 on the backstroke, and a 54.3 is Foster not looking to take any chances here, as he's got the toll of racing in heat number 1 and having to throw down a standard that'll hold up through 2 heats. He's got his training partner still to come down at the University of Texas, Rex Maurer in heat 2, Shane Casas in heat 3. And of course, Destin Lasco here right beside him. Lewis Clairberg, New Zealand, in the second place, 35.5 on the third 50. 34.7 on the breaststroke for Foster. Foster comes in at 1:55 in the 200 IM. And a morning swim from Carson Foster at 1:57.90, looking smooth and comfortable there in heat number 1. Foster will post the time to beat, followed by Lewis Clarebert, 1:59.47, and Destin Lasco at 2 minutes, .57. Heat 2.
Take your marks.
Here's our second of 3 heats in lane 1 for South Africa, Cameron Kasali. 2, Canada, Leon Kim. 3, Japan, Asaki Nishikawa. 4, Japan, Tomoyuki Matsushita. 5, Japan, Yumeki Kojima. 6, United States, Rex Maurer. 7, Canada, Benjamin Lowen. 8, South Africa, Matthew Mann. Tomoyuki Matsushita, our number 2 seed with a 1:55.60. Does rank in the top 15 all time in this event. Rex Maurer, good backstroke there, 30.2. Kojima, 29.7 on the backstroke to take the lead in lane 5. Kojima, the junior world record holder. He's got a stellar breaststroke. Look for it to be on display here. His junior world record, a 1:56.53, set in March of this year. And Kojima zips through the breaststroke with a 33.6, Matsushita 33.4, and here comes Nishikawa with a 35.0 into the top 3 in lane 3. Only room for 2 of these contenders out of Japan in the championship final, and right now it looks like Matsushita and Kojima have it wrapped up. Kojima staying tough all the way to the finish, throws his head down and spins into the finish with a 1:57.83. They are separated by 1/100th of a second. Tomoyuki Matsushita is second. Third goes to Rex Maurer, home in a 27.7 to touch at 1:29.20. That'll get him ahead of Lasco as the number 2 American with 1 heat remaining. Heat 2 results are under review. Heat 2 results are official. Heat 3.
Take your marks.
Third and final heat in 1 from Canada, Ethan Eck. 3 Australia, William Patrick. 4 United States, Shane Casas. 5 Canada, Finley Knox. 6 Canada, Tristan Jankovic. 7 Canada, Francis Brennan. 8 South Africa, Kai Whalen. Casas is the 3rd fastest American in this event, which makes him the 4th fastest in history. With his 1:54.30 from the 2025 World Championships, he picked up the silver medal behind Leon Marchand, who is the world record holder at 1:52.69. Finley Knox, 2024 Doha World Champion. He's also the Canadian national record holder at 1:56.07. 54.7 from Casas on the opening 100. William Patrick, 54.92 in second, 29.8 on the backstroke. Patrick lowered the Australian 400 IM national record to a 4:09 here in Irvine. And Patrick continuing to look impressive here on the breaststroke leg. Together with lane 6, Jankovic of Canada, 34.6 from Jankovic, 34.0 from Patrick. Those are the top 2 going to the freestyle. Patrick going for it here in the morning. National record in the 200 to 155.7 from Mitch Larkin. 157.72 from William Patrick. Fastest time of the morning out of lane 3 in heat 3. Second, Jankovic, Canada, 58.73. Just ahead of Finley Knox in lane 5, third with a 159.03. That'll do it for the men's 200-meter individual medley. Please join me in congratulating all the athletes competing. Results will be showing momentarily. Took a 159.47 to make it into that championship final, with Patrick leading the way at 157.72. 2 Japanese representatives, Kojima and Matsushita, they'll be looking to medal. There's our summary. Patrick, Kojima, Matsushita, Foster, Jankovic, Knox, Maurer, all into the A final. It'll be Nishikawa, 8th fastest overall, but into the B final as the 3rd fastest swimmer out of Japan of 159.21. That'll put Lewis Clarebert into the A final for New Zealand. Other B final qualifiers: Lasco, Wigginton, Casas, Santos, Semenya. Mihailov and Kasali out of South Africa. He will be the alternate at 210.86. We direct our attention to the scoreboard end of the pool as we introduce the women's 50-meter freestyle. Please welcome the athletes in Heat 1. Heat 1.
Take your marks.
First of 6 heats underway, where the championship record, a 23.81 set by Kate Campbell of Australia at the Tokyo Pan Pacs in 2018. The U.S. Open record in this event, fastest swim ever in American waters, 23.59 from Kate Douglas earlier this year. And opening with the win is Wan Letian, People's Republic of China, 25.98 from lane 3. Ahead of Chloe Aileta, Philippines, 26.76. And Cornet van Schalkwijk, South Africa, lane 5, 27.24. Heat 2.
Take your marks.
Heat number 2 is off, and a quick start there out of lane 3, Erin Gallagher, South Africa, with the green cap leading the way ahead of Lu Xingchen, People's Republic of China, in lane 4. 25.98 the time to beat. Here comes Gallagher with a 25.30. That'll win Heat 2 from lane 3 for South Africa. Second, People's Republic of China, lane 4, Lu Xingchen, 26.23. Third is Bermuda, and Madeline Moore in lane 5 with a 26.40. We did have a disqualification from Heat 2. Lane 6 disqualified for a false start. Heat 3.
Take your marks.
Heat number 3 of 6. Lane 6 together with lane 5. 6, Celia Polito out of Mexico. Does her swimming for the Salukis out of Southern Illinois. The 1 point scored, and it is Celia Polito, 25-95, taking the win out of lane 6 for Mexico. And then a three-way tie for second place, 25.98 for Liu Pei-yin of Chinese Taipei Olympic Committee in lane 3. Also Sienna Ango of Canada in lane 4, and Emma Harvey of Bermuda in lane 5. Heat 4.
Take your marks.
Heat 4 of 6, a circle seated heat featuring your third fastest entry time overall. That belongs to Simone Manuel of the United States in lane 4. Comes in with a 23.97 personal best. That's number 13 all time. Claire Curzan right beside her in lane of 5. Silver last night, the 200 backstroke. And 3 is Taylor Ruck of Canada. She's having a great week here in Irvine, and it's Manuel. 24.46 gets the win in Heat 4. Simone Manuel, USA. Taylor Ruck second, Canada, 24.67. Third, Claire Curzan, 24.70, USA lane 5. Heat 5.
Take your marks.
Second seed is Kate Douglas in lane 4. Second fastest performer in history, and what a start from Douglas, exploding out to a body length advantage over just 15 meters. Meg Harris beside her in lane 5. How fast will Douglas be in the morning? Douglas on fire with a 23.49. That is a new world record! Meg Harris at 24.22 for second, third, Australia in 6th, Perkins 24.83. But we have a new standard set for the world at 23.49 out of the pool. Let's hear it once again for Kate Douglas. Heat 6.
Take your marks.
And now, how does Gretchen Walsh respond? The now former world record holder, she's got to be elevated seeing that performance from her teammate in the previous heat. And Walsh is way out in front with Tori Husk beside her in lane 5. 23:49, the new standard. Walsh's best time to 23.55, and Walsh, no surprise here, with the big lead in the win at 23.78. Completing the sweep here in the final heat for the Americans. Tori Husk in lane 5, 24:30. Riley Harrisman in lane 6 with a 24.69. Well, it took 3 full days of racing and our third event on the final day of competition, but our first individual world record breaks through for Kate Douglas as we await the official results summary. Douglas leading the way with the new U.S. Open American and world record 23:49, followed by Gretchen Walsh, Meg Harris, Tori Husk, and Simone Manuel. They will qualify for the B final. Taylor Ruck to the A, as we see 6 out of the top 8 times from the American women. Great display there with Olivia Wunsch into the A final for Australia, together with Kyla Sanchez and Chong Yu Jae. Rikako Ike also qualifies. Perkins to the B final for Australia, and other final B qualifiers: Edwards, Gallagher, Mitsuguchi, Fournier. That'll have Fack and Pedersen as the alternates in the women's 50 freestyle. And how about another round of applause for the women's 50-meter freestyle and your new world record holder, Kate Douglas. We'll stay at that end of the pool as we prepare for the men's 50-meter freestyle coming up next. 6 heats in that event as well, where the championship record is a 21.44 set by Bruno Fratos of Brazil at the Gold Coast Pan Pac Championships in 2014. The athletes are ready. Let's show them that we are ready. Please welcome heat number 1, men's 50 freestyle. Heat 1.
Take your marks.
Two swimmers here in our first of 6 heats. This is Malcolm McKenzie in lane 4 out of Jamaica. Sean DeGilius Wallace from Palau in lane 3. McKenzie comes in with 24:34, Jamaican national record 22.77, and McKenzie 23.69 takes a big chunk off his entry time. Taking our first win in the men's freestyle. Then Julius Wallace, 27.16 for second. Heat 2.
Take your marks.
Heat 2 there, the middle lanes with some clean water. It's Philip Singh Samarchik of Canada in 4, Charlie Hawk of Australia in 5. It's Charlie Hawk with a 22.55. That is now the top time after 2 heats of racing. Philip Singh Samarchik, Canada, lane 4, 23.04, ahead of Jordan Egan, South Africa, lane 2, 23.2. Heat 3.
Take your marks.
Heat 3 now racing into the final 20 meters. Lanes 2 and 3 looking good. Thomas Heilman in 2. Chen Jun-er in 3. Taking the win is Thomas Heilman, 22.81. Heilman out-touching Leon Kim of Canada in lane 6, 22.86. Third is Shoan Mitsunaga, Japan, lane 3, 22.91. Heat 4. circle seated heat we go with Quentin McCarty of the United States on lane 4 coming in at 21.43. He's got the Japanese national record holder beside him and Jamie Jack of Australia in lane 5. Jack high in the water and looking quick in the morning. 21.42 from Jamie Jack. He takes down the Bruno Fratus Pan Pac meet record. Quentin McCarty second, 21.56. Calvin Justice third. South Africa, lane 6, 21.99. Heat 5.
Take your marks.
Heat number 5 featuring Michael Andrew in lane 4, the 2-seeded 21.41. Bay, Brazil, lane 5, 21.46. And then you got Isaac Cooper, Australia. He's looking good from lane 6. 21.63, lane 5. Bay, Brazil. That'll be good for the third fastest time overall with 1 heat remaining. Michael Andrew second with a 21.72. Third, Isaac Cooper, Australia, 21.82. Six swimmers now under the 22-second mark with 1 heat remaining. Heat 6.
Take your mark.
Here we have the 6th and final heat and a long underwater from Santo Condarelli, but he comes up in contention for the lead. Alexi in 4, Giuliano in 5, Condarelli in 6, chasing the 21.5 from Quentin McCarty earlier, and here comes Alexi now down the stretch, taking the win with a 21.66. Giuliano 1/100th back, 21.67. Then it's Condarelli with a 21.91 to complete the 1-2-3 finish for Team USA. We finished the event though with Australia having the new meet record, 21.42 for Jamie Jack. That'll put McCarty into the championship final, together with Bay and Alexi at 21.6. All right, the stage is set for an exciting final in the men's 50-meter freestyle. These are the qualifiers now showing on the scoreboard. Jamie Jack, Quentin McCarty, Guy Cadibe, Jack Alexi, and Isaac Cooper into the championship final. Chris Giuliano and Michael Andrew will represent USA in the B final. Also into the A final, Justice of South Africa, Kissel and Gaziev of Canada. Then B finalist Taylor Matsumoto, Sakai Clowens, New Zealand, 22.51. Joined by Hawk of Australia, Weeks of Canada, the alternates Gray and Grassi. We go back now to the VIP deck end of the pool for the women's 200-meter breaststroke. That's our next event. Please welcome the athletes competing in Heat 1. Heat 1.
Take your marks.
First up, two heats in the women's 200-meter breaststroke, lane 2, representing Canada, Sophie Angus. For Japan, Satome Suzuki. For Canada, Alexandre Lepage. In 6 for Japan, Kotome Kato. 7, Argentina, Macarena Ceballos. Lane 8, United States, Caroline Bricker. Hitomi Kato of Japan from lane 6 with a 109.3 at the 100. Ahead of her teammate Satomi Suzuki in lane 4. Suzuki was bronze in the 100-meter breaststroke here in Irvine. As Lepage moves up for Canada in lane 5. 37.1 on the third 50 to challenge Kato for the lead. Just 2 100s back out of the final wall. Kato in 6 with a 2:24.24 entry time. She'll touch this morning in a best time of 2:23.38. 1.25 seconds ahead of Alexandre Lepage, Canada, 2:25.63. Followed by Satomi Suzuki of Japan, lane 4, 2:26.72. Heat 2.
Take your marks.
Heat number 2 of 2, lane 1, United States, Emma Weber. Lane 2, People's Republic of China, Lu Qingyao. 3, South Africa, Kayleen Corbett. 4, United States, Kate Douglas. 5, United States, Alex Walsh. 6, Australia, Ella Ramsey. 7, Australia, Sienna Tui. Lane 8, South Africa, Simone Moll. Meters remaining. Ramsey leading Douglas in lane 4, the Olympic and world champion in this event. Fresh off the world record in the 50 freestyle. A display of the incredible versatility from Douglas, who could have also been in the championship final of the 200 IM, as she had to pick her events today. Pushing up is Corbett in lane 3, South Africa. She comes in at 2:23.6. Douglas home at a 37.5. And a 2:23.42 gets the win for Kate Douglas. That should get her into lane 5 for tonight's championship final, just behind the time from Kato of Japan. Second is Corbett from lane 3, 2:23.54. Third, lane 6, Ramsay of Australia, 2:23.73. All right, fans, just the 2 heats, but important here to figure out who's into the A and who's into the B. And there's the championship final straight up. The top 8 performers out of the morning will advance to the race to decide the medalist in the women's 200-meter breaststroke. Kato, Douglas, Corbett, Ramsay, LePage, Walsh, Suzuki, and Angus of Canada gets in at 2:26.98. All the remaining athletes will get a chance in the B final. All right, let's hear it for the women's 200-meter breaststroke. All right, let's keep it going with the men's 200-meter breaststroke. We'll have 2 heats in this event. Let's welcome the athletes to the pool deck in Heat 1. Heat 1.
Take your marks.
Lane assignments for Heat 1. In Lane 2, representing Canada, Apollo Hess. 3, Australia, Zach Stubblety Cook. 4, Japan, Ibe Watanabe. 5, United States, AJ Pouch. 6, Australia, Bailey Alelo. And 7 for South Africa, Giancarlo Raccanello. Watanabe of Japan from lane 4, 2:06.67 entry time for Watanabe. Out in a 101.8, followed up with a 33.4. Leading AJ Pouch out in a 102.0 and then a 33.5. Watanabe is the 8th fastest performer in history in this contest, as he will turn in a winning time here of a 2:09.72. Comfortable morning swim. Ahead of AJ Pouch at 2:10.01. Then it's Zach Stubble-D-Cook, Australia, lane 3, 2:10.57. Heat 2.
Take your marks.
All right, heat number 2 of 2, lane 2, United States, Campbell McKean. 3, United States, Josh Matheny. 4, Japan, Shin Ohashi. 5, Japan, Yamato Fukasawa. 6, Canada, Oliver Dawson. 7, Singapore, Chun Ho Chan. So not a lot of swimmers here in the men's 200-meter breaststroke, but plenty of fast swimmers. As out of that first heat, Watanabe 2:09.7 and a trio of 2:10s. Stubble-D-Cook had the world record for a minute at 2:05.95. He was the Olympic silver medalist. He'll be the top Australian going into tonight's final, but Japan, they'll have to sell it out as they have 3 entries here with Watanabe, Ohashi, and Fukasawa. Fukasawa leads at the 100, 101.83. The swimmer in lane 4 is the junior world record holder at 2:06.59, set in Tokyo in March of this year. That is Shin Ohashi. He was 3rd at the 100. 2nd was Oliver Dawson of Canada in lane 6. Dawson has the 50 and 100 breaststroke records for Canada. The 200 breaststroke record belongs to Mike Brown in the 2008 Olympic Games at 2:08.84. Athene, 33.2 on the third 50. He pulls up into the top 3. 33.5 from Fukasawa, 33.4 for Ohashi. The time for Watanabe in Heat 1, 2:09.72. That's what Ohashi and Fukasawa are chasing. 2:08.90 gets the win for the junior in lane 4, Shin Ohashi. He will be the top qualifier for tonight's championship final. Fukasawa of Japan 2nd in this heat with a 2:09 flat. That should also get him into the championship final. 3rd, Josh Matheny, United States, lane 3 with a 2:09.90. Like still waiting on official results for heat number 2. Results go official for heat number 2, and the result summary showing. And the display of power here from the Japanese breaststrokers, Ohashi, Fukasawa, Watanabe, the top 3 performers out of the morning. Ohashi and Fukasawa, they will advance to the A final together with Josh Matheny and AJ Pouch. Zach Stubbledy Cook, Lello of Australia is in together with Dawson and Hess of Canada. The remaining athletes to the B final, Watanabe, McKean, Chan, Roccanello. Up next will be the women's 800-meter freestyle. This is a timed final event. Please welcome the athletes in Heat 2. Heat 2.
Take your mark.
first of 3 heats for the morning session of the women's 800-meter freestyle. Lane 1 representing Japan, Ruka Takezawa. Lane 2, United States, Kennedy Dobson. 3, Australia, Moesha Johnson. 4, United States, Jillian Cox. Lane 5, representing Brazil, Mafe Costa. Lane 8, New Zealand, Caitlin Dean. Meters into the race, and Costa of Brazil, 2:03.66, lead the way in lane 5 with Dean second for New Zealand, third Johnson, Australia. Costa had a big swim earlier this year at the Australian Open, 8:23.98 to take 5 seconds off her Brazilian national record. Costa also at 156.0 and 4:02.8 owns the Brazilian records in the 200 and 400 meter freestyle. Moesha Johnson now from lane 3. Multiple-time gold medalist in the open water events, including here in the Pan Pac Champs on Monday. Down at Long Beach, Johnson winning the 10K. Costa, Deans, and Johnson separated by 5/100ths after 300 meters of racing. Halfway through the race now, and Johnson has taken the lead for 11.3. Costa for 11.770, and Dean's a 4:11.74. Johnson leading the field through the bell turn. 4:43.2 on the front half of the race, 7:23.7 into the final 100. The long course 800 free, Johnson has a lifetime best of 8:25.42 at the 2025 Australian Open Championships. Caitlin Dean's coming alive here in the final 100 for New Zealand from lane 8. 31.6 going into the final wall to challenge Johnson and take the lead. Jillian Cox in lane 4 also storming back, trying to catch Mafe Costa of Brazil. Caitlin Deans with an 8:26.21 will take our first win in the women's 800-meter freestyle. Alicia Johnson, 8:26.75. Good for second out of lane 3, and Jillian Cox splitting 30.8, 30.2 over the final 100. Touches in an 8:28.2. Or third here in heat number 2, the fastest of the morning heats in the women's 800. Alternating now with the men's 1,500-meter freestyle. Please welcome the athletes competing in Heat 2. Heat 2.
Take your marks.
Men's 1,500-meter freestyle championship record 14:41.65. Going back to 2002 and the Yokohama, Japan Pan Pac Championships. That record belongs to the legendary Grant Hackett of Australia. World record in the men's 1,500-meter freestyle has just been broken by Johannes Liebmann of Germany. to a stunning 14:26.79, done at the European Aquatics Championships in Paris. Racing here in heat number 2. Lane 1, Brazil, Arthur Mello. 3, Australia, Elijah Winnington. 4 from Australia, Benjamin Godemans. Lane 5, Australia, Nicholas Sloman. 6, Canada, Aidan Kirk. 7, Canada, Sebastian Paulins. Australian teammates here working together on the opening 400 meters, separated by less than a half second. It's Godemans at 3:58.9. Lead split ahead of Sloman, 3:59.0, and Winnington, 3:59.3. Sloman competed here at the open water contest down in Long Beach. Top Australian finisher at 1 hour, 50 minutes, 10 seconds. Godemans now emerging from this pack of Dolphins. He's built up a lead of 1.3 seconds over Sloman. 5:59.5 at the 600. Sloman 6 minutes, 0.8. Winnington 6:02.15. Godeman's through the 700 at 6:59.83. He's been as fast as a 14:50.67 in this event. That was done earlier this year at the Australian Swimming Trials. Third in that race behind Short and Galea. Godeman's already with a medal here this week. Bronze in the 800 freestyle with a 7:44.67. This is the 1,300-meter turn approaching for Godemans, our leader from Australia in lane 4. 13:02.80. Back half of this race, Godemans has been extremely consistent. Almost entirely 30.2 splits, 30.1, 30.3, and just one time up to 30.5. There's a 30.3 with 3 lengths of the pool remaining. Godemans controlling this race by over 11 seconds as a Sloman, finding some new speed there with a 30.7. .5 from Godemans into the final turn, setting up to post a time in the very low 15-minute range. .28.10 on the final 50 and a 15:01.20, a very strong showing here in the morning. Pretty much swimming on his own for the second half of the race. Benjamin Godemans, lane 4, Australia. Second is Sloman of Australia, lane 5, 15:15.39. And completing the trio is Elijah Winnington, lane 3 with a 15:19.37. We go back now to the women's 800-meter freestyle. This is heat 3 on the pool deck. Heat 3.
Take your mark.
3 out of 4 in the women's 800 meter freestyle. Lane 1, Australia, Jacqueline Davison McGovern. 2, Canada, Ella Cosgrove. 4, Brazil, Beatrice Dizotti. 5, Australia, Tiana Kritzinger. 6, Australia, Amelia Weber. 7, Canada, Emma Finlay. 8, South Africa, Callan Lauter. Once again, Australia dominating up until this last 50, where we've got Beatrice Dizotti of Brazil into the top 2. Chasing Kritzinger of Australia in lane 5. Need a halfway turn with Dizotti now leading a 4:16.53 ahead of Kritzinger at 4:16.57 and Weber 4:17.13. Dizotti does own the Brazilian national record in the 1500 meter freestyle. It's 16:01.95 from the Fukuoka World Championships in 2023. Saw her teammate at 8:28.24 in the first heat of the women's 800. Take 4th in that race. meters remaining for Beatrice Desanti at 6:26.6. The lead now just over a second on Kritzinger. Into the top three has gone Callan Alater of South Africa in lane 8 at 6:29.3. Then Cosgrove of Canada now fourth with a 6:31.6. Weber fighting back with a 31.7 going into the final turn. But this race will be decided by Beatriz Desanti of Brazil. 8:31.7 the entry time. And with a morning swim of 8:34.69. She'll take the win in heat number 3. Jana Kritzinger second, Australia, lane 5, 8:36.36. Third is Callan Water, South Africa, lane 8, 8:40.49. Back we go to the men's 1,500 meter freestyle. Heat 3.
Take your marks.
Racing in lane 3 for South Africa is Connor Albertin. For Mexico, Roberto Valdez Ochoa. 5 South Africa, Matthew Caldwell. Front half of the race completed here with Matthew Caldwell of South Africa in lane 5. Caldwell leaves Valdez Ochoa of Mexico in lane 4 through the 800. 8:15.5 from Caldwell. 8:18.6 for Valdez. Albert King third. South Africa lane 3. 8:27.0. Caldwell into the final 200 meters with an 8-second advantage. Valdez Ochoa, 13:33.2. Caldwell comes in with a 15:37.17 entry time. So on pace to be right there at 15:37. Taking our final win of the session in the men's 1500, Matthew Caldwell, South Africa, lane 5, 15:39.78. Roberto Valdez Ochoa, second for Mexico with a 15:48.98. Alberton third, lane 3, South Africa, 15:59.33. That's a big drop for Alberton, came in at 16:08. All right, gentlemen, well done. Go back now to the women's 800-meter freestyle. Heat 4.
Take your mark.
Here in Heat 4 of the women's 800, lane 2, Canada, Catherine Workington. 3, United States, Becca Mann. For Japan, Misa Okuzono. And 5 for New Zealand, Alyssa Tapper. 6, Argentina, Elena Santillan. 7, South Africa, Kiara Banks. Man, 3:10.90, 300 meters in. Top performer for the American women in the open water contest on Monday. Man was the 4th place finisher overall. And here, not too far off lifetime best pace. And that best time came all the way back in 2014 at the Summer National Championships. A 26.64 in a race that was won by Katie Ledecky at 8:18.47. For 15.6 from man, nearly 5 seconds ahead of Alyssa Tapper of New Zealand, then Misa Okuzono, lane 4, 4:21.7. Bell turn for Becca Mann with about a 13-meter advantage. 729.9. Tapper by nearly 2 body lengths over Okuzono. Then it's Santillan of Argentina, currently 4th from lane 6. Becca Mann's going to put a cap on her week here in Irvine with a victory in the 800-meter freestyle in 8:32.52. There's a Tapper lane 5, 8:42 flat. She drops a second on her entry time, followed by Nissan Okuzono, representing Japan in lane 4, 8:45.45 for Okuzono. That'll do it for the final day of prelims. 2026 Pan Pacific Swimming Championships presented by OneAmerica Financial. Thanks for being a part of this morning's session. Go through these events again tonight as part of our championship final formats. 7 o'clock start time. Don't be late. Hope to see you there.